Hello, and welcome to episode 5 of the BKS podcast. Been a little while since I've done one of these, and that is because Sid, the spaniel puppy, has turned up. He's now 12 weeks old. I'm just looking at him, actually. He's hopefully going to keep quiet throughout this. There's now a fly in the room as well, so if you hear that in the audio, sorry about that. But yeah, so it's been a little while because I've been looking after him. Priorities have changed a bit, but he's all right. He's looking a bit tired, so that's cool. Anyway, let's crack on. So, this is the podcast for guys in their 40s who have got very little time but want to get back in shape, okay? And I know all about this because that's me, and I've done that for myself, and that's what this is all about. It's not about me, but that's what this podcast is about. It's about an experience I had a couple of weeks ago. So, if you don't know, I'm Strong First qualified, certified. I've done lots of stuff with Strong First, and I've got lots more to do. I'm doing the bodyweight with them next year, and I'll be doing the barbell again, and I've done lots of kettlebell stuff with them. I love using kettlebells, as you probably know. And I also find them the best tool for guys in their 40s who have got very little time to get back in shape. And I'll get into that in a moment. Now, 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago. So, not last weekend, the weekend before. Okay? It doesn't matter because you could be listening to this in the future. So that doesn't matter anyway. But anyway, a couple of weekends ago, I was on a SFG 1, Strong First Agiria 1. And that is the certification for people to become Strong First Kettlebell Qualified, Level 1. So, I was assisting on that course, which is the first time I've done this, and it was a totally different experience to actually being on the course and being taught by the master instructor, by the team leaders, and by the assistants. So you're kind of learning from everybody. Whereas on this, I was learning from the master instructor, the team leader, the other assistants, but I was also coaching the students who were there. Sorry, I've just had to pause that and go and get Sid off the sofa. So he's now in the kitchen. I thought I could do this while he would be watching and asleep, but it turns out he's got his own little agenda. So there you go. Anyway, so I was being coached by the master instructor and the team leaders and the other assistants, but I was also coaching the students as well. And this was a totally different experience. Totally different experience because you're being watched what you do, but you're also watching what other people do. So you're helping people out while you're being watched helping people out. So I've been coaching guys for years. Like I say, all the time, guys in their 40s who want to get back in shape. I've been coaching guys like that for years. And, I've been honing my skill in that and getting better and better and better at it. But I need to be coached in how to do that as well. Because, there's always ways you can do something better. No matter how good you get something, there's always a better way. There's always a better way. There's always a better way. There's always some way you can improve what you're doing. And it's usually going back to the basics, which we talk about all the time. And I'll go on about that in the future as well. But getting back to the basics. So that's what happens at these Strong First courses. Okay, it's 3 full days where the students learn the swing, the snatch, the get up, the squat, the clean and the press. 6 things in 2 entire full-on days, and then they're tested on them at the in the 3rd day. Okay, and the progression these guys make, and I did the same. The progression I made over those 3 days is huge. But that's not where it ends. It's the progression you make after that, being helped by other coaches who have been through the same thing. Now, not everyone who goes through this is a coach as well. There's lots of people, students go through it. There's lots of people just go through it because they've seen it and they like using kettlebells and they're like, right, do you know what? I want to do that because it's a massive challenge. It's a huge personal challenge. And on these weekends, there's lots of people with lots of different stories there from where they've came from. There was on this weekend that were there was a lady who's beaten cancer. There's a guy with one leg who has been through it a few times and wants to. He's failed it a couple of times and he wants to pass. I think it was his 4th time coming. And it's not because he doesn't know what he's doing. It's because it's harder for him because he's got one leg, right? So it's really hard. There was a lady, and I don't know what her situation was, but when she found out she'd passed, she just broke down in tears. She was so happy because she's put so much into it. Okay, so anyway, this is why I thought it was a great experience, because it helped me become a better coach to coach the guys who I help. Okay? And what it does help with as well is there's a lot of information when you start out in something, say using kettlebells. I'll use that as an example, obviously. But when you start using them, you know, people do get sore backs, and they get like blisters on the hands, lots and lots of different things. They get too out of breath. They might think it's too heavy, and that's all very common. However, it doesn't need to be like that, because if you learn how to use these things properly, then, you know, it's a very effective tool. So the reason why I recommend, or the reason why I use kettlebells, and I use kettlebells with the guys who I train, is because, especially online, because most of the guys who I train come to me saying, you know, oh, you're the guy to talk to because I've got zero time. I've got a wife. I've got 2 kids. I've got a demanding job. I'm busy ferrying my kids all over the shop at weekends to this club and that club. You know, I've got lots of demands on my time. So I want to get back in shape, but I haven't got time. And I am a member of a gym, and it costs me 50 quid a month, but I only get to go there once a month, and I have to drive there. It takes me 20 minutes to get there, and then I have to get changed after having a chat with the guy on the desk, because like they're very friendly in there. So then I'll get changed, and then I get in, and I don't know what to do, so I'll run on the treadmill, and I'll do whatever I can. But then it's finished, and like, oh, hang on, well, I might just have a sauna actually if I've got time. But if I haven't, I get changed again, have a quick shower, get changed, and then I'm out again, and that takes me an hour. At least an hour. Okay, and then I get them, like, if I do that after work, I miss putting the kids to bed, so I don't see them again until the next day, because like I don't go to the gym the next night because I want to see the kids go to bed, or I might be held back late at work or whatever, you know. So then all that does is give you time at the weekend. Oh well, I'll go to the gym at the weekends, but hang on, I've got to take the kids here and there, and I want to see the kids because I haven't seen them during the week. These are the sorts of things that happen. I haven't spoken to my missus for 3 weeks because like we've been so busy. Okay. Now, I haven't got any kids, but this new puppy I've got, I get, you know, it's been very similar. I know it's not the same, and I know you'll say like, oh, it doesn't matter, it's not the same, you don't understand if you haven't got kids. However, me and my missus haven't spoken to each other for about 4 weeks. But we're going to remedy that because we've realised it can cause problems, right? It can cause problems. So, this is why I like to use kettlebells, because you buy one of these things, right? You don't have to spend 50 quid a month on your gym membership. You buy one of these and it might cost you 50 quid. But then what you've got is you've got it in your house. So if you need to do a session, you do a quick warm up, you do your session in the house, takes 20 minutes, you have a shower, and then you're done. Okay? And one of the guys I used to have online, he had a young daughter who used to sit in a high chair eating her food, and he'd do his session while he'd make her dinner. She'd be eating her food, and he'd do his session, and she'd count his reps while he was doing his session, which I just think is absolutely fantastic. I think that's brilliant. So what you've done there is you've saved yourself £50 a month gym membership. You've saved yourself an hour at least of time getting to the gym and back, finding parking spaces, getting stuck in traffic, all of that stuff. You can go straight home. If it's late enough, you can put the kids to bed and then do it after that. There was one of the guys talking to me about that, and he said, do you know, it's absolutely perfect because the kids go to bed at 7 o'clock. I'll go and do a 20-minute session, have a quick shower, and then, you know, dinner's ready. You know, because him and his missus had an understanding. She made the dinner while he did that. Perfect. Or you just make dinner afterwards and then you have dinner at 8:30 or whatever. So, you know, there's lots and lots of different ways to fit this in. You can, if you work from home, you can fit it in to your day without having to leave the house. Okay? Just little things like that which make a huge difference. And that's why I think these things are a great tool. And also, like I say, at these Strong First events, people are there to learn really, really how to use them most effectively. So, there's so many different ways you can structure a session with these things to get the most out of it. Okay? You can use them for endurance. You can use them for strength. You can use them to build muscle if that's what you want. You can use them to burn fat. Okay? You can use them for pretty much everything. Okay? And for your guy who just wants to get back in shape, maybe he's run a half marathon and be a bit fitter, maybe he's do parkrun on a Saturday and get a better time, or do a better 10k time or whatever, all of those sorts of things, but you usually get sore joints, you get out of breath very quickly, you've got knackered ankles, your knees get sore, you've got a sore hip, your shoulders are cranky, all of that sort of stuff. It'll help with that. It'll build strength throughout your joints to make running easier, to make all of that stuff easier. Cycling, swimming, whatever you want. It'll give you better cardio, all of that stuff. So there you have it. You have a gym in your hand, in your house, and you don't even need to dedicate a room to it. Okay? And if you need a door holding open, it'll do that for you as well. They're very good at that, and that's where most of them end up. I used to PT in a gym many moons ago, and they used to use one of the kettlebells to hold the door open, and I was like, you're a gym, you're meant to promote health and well-being and all that, and you're using these things to hold the door open. But anyway. So, like I say, the thing is, you need to know where to begin with these things, okay? And that's where you need a proper coach, okay? And like I was just saying earlier, even coaches need coaching, okay? So I was there at this Strong First event, coaching people to be better coaches. Some of them were there as coaches, some of them were there but as people who just wanted to do the challenge. But most of the people are coaches who are then going to coach people, okay? So I was helping coach the coaches, but I was also being coached by coaches who've done what I want to do as well, okay? So it's always good to find someone who's done it before for themselves. And if you're a bloke in your 40s who wants to get back in shape, the person to find who can help you is someone who's done that already. That would be yours truly. Now, I'm not trying to sell you anything or anything like that, but if you go to my website, www.bathkettlebellsociety.co.uk, have a look around there. There's lots of resources. You'll see on this podcast website, there's a link to my Swing On book, which you can download onto your Kindle from Amazon, and that'll teach you how to do the kettlebell swing, which is a very, very effective exercise. And it'll also give you a few sessions that you can do and put together to make your own little program. I've got a 28-day challenge, which you can find on the website. That's obviously 28 days, and in that you'll learn a lot more than just the swing, and you'll learn how to put sessions together, and you'll learn how to fit those sessions into 20 minutes in your day. Okay? 5 days a week, if you can. If not, 3 days a week, whatever you can spare, and it will help. Lots of mobility in there, which you can do for 5 minutes here and there anywhere. You can do it on train stations, in supermarket queues, all of that stuff. So, there's lots of stuff there. What else have I got? Also, if you live in Bath, the beautiful city of Bath, you can do a 2-week trial and come along to that and learn from me directly and meet all the other guys. You'll meet Sid as well. He's a top dog. So, I shall leave it there. But if you have any questions, if you want to know anything more, if you want to hear from any of the guys who have helped, just hit me up and ask questions, and I can ask them directly and get them to answer for you. So, there we have it. I'm going to leave it there. Episode 5 in the bag. Talk to you on the next one.